Okay, so I'll keep this short because my feet are cold. But the length of a butt. Here's what I'm thinking, and here's what we're working on. If we can unlock your potential, the vast majority of your potential that goes to the grave with you, and as it does with all of us, and for various cultural reasons, if you don't feel supported being yourself, you begin to develop mask, and then those that go through so much trauma, well, we all do in our own ways, right? So it's complex. But what I do believe is that means instead of throwing fish nets over everything, we really spend more time building trust of difference, right? Yeah. And swapping roles, build that empathy. And then if each of us can feel safe enough and supported enough, we'll start taking chances again, right? Forget the probabilities. It's what feels right. And in order to understand and build that path and the support and resources around it in whatever form, we got to really start neural mapping, blueprinting from a very young, early age education. And it's never too late, right? That's what I'm doing now. I'm doing it both holistically as well as modern and ancient. So a few different variations. I'm kind of trying it all just to kind of see, what really ties into my frequency. But yeah, unlocking potential right from the jump, as soon as you're born. Like that's when, using assisting tools like AI or AGI or whatever you want, but that can pick up that micro data, right? And kind of translate it into unlocking your potential. So, Google Maps for you, to your purpose. And that's going to start with just, it's a very Montessori kind of way of thinking, I understand, but it's kind of beyond that. There's many more levels that we work technology in the safest possible, most trustworthy way. It has to be like that. And really, as I said, it's not just about the kids, it's any age. And that's what we're working on at Happy, right? With an eye, because what's important to us isn't monetization. It's all about valorization. And if we can get a Google map of our potential, a digital map of our potential, that can start with interest, observations and stuff like that, neural mapping through multiple ways. But really kind of figuring, pointing you in the direction and eventually connecting you with resources, but the right direction. And it's not ChatGPT or something like this, because it's fully transparent. It's a traceable, blocked, sequence. And going beyond that, it goes into you becoming your own passkey. That's it. Because, cosmically you cannot be replicated. It doesn't matter how many quantum computers you have. You will never be replicated. So let's identify a standard of where we all are, like that 80%, that 80-20 rule, let's call it, where 80% of us are exactly the same. That's your mechanics. But what's that 20% difference, right? And then how does that multiply and, qualify and quantify your potential that was never going to be met, because now your neurodivergencies are so stigmas in the way that you take all that unnecessary and untrue friction from it, to be able to really get you to where you want to be, where you're going to be happiest. And if you're happiest, the person beside you is a little happier, and so on and so forth. So the ripple effect the potential is massive. Translation through your own dictionary, the way you understand, the way you learn, the way you send information, and then the receiver has it translated into the way they understand and they receive. So if we identify that life is really fluid, right, and should be far less structured, then I think and use AI to our advantage before those that want to monetize instead of at happy. We just want to valorize, because we do believe that life is fair, or will be fair again. It once was fair. Talk to any of your indigenous communities, right? But it's, and you see it all happen. It's, from, greed, the squeeze is on, right? We get that. So I'm talking about, at the same time, let's figure out how to unlock our full potential. Like, what the hell does that look like? That's pretty cool. If we're only maxing out at 30%, whatever, of our usage over our lifetime, let's see what, 50% looks like. That'll be fun. So, we can't do that unless you understand you like no other. You explore you. It's all about you. That's what we say at Happy. It's all about you. Anyways, that's kind of my message. I think my butt went out. Yeah, it did. So I'm going to end this because my hands are cold. And but yeah, let's just think. Empathy, difference, celebrate it. Don't believe in the divide. Just, there is none. Life circularity, that's physics again. And but we got to learn to communicate and break through all the silos that were put around us, so that we work with each other and governments and everyone. We don't have to fight, guys. Stop fighting. Everyone stop fighting. It's just, it's antiquated. There's a way to talk through it without all the bureaucracy and layers. Accessibility. This is a myth buster thing that just kind of bust illusions that were created, for not the wrong reasons, but hey. It's not about holding grudges, doing it respectfully. And I think that we just got to make sure that we get AI on the fair side and incorruptible, right? That's the race. That's the horse race, right? And at the same time, encourage those with the stages and the resources to just contribute to this, right? It's just showing everyone that there's plenty for everyone. There's more than enough, right? It's we just gotta lower the taking too much part, right? That's it. That's what we're talking about here, right? It's a redistribution. It's not capital. It's not so any of those fucking silos. My brain and its beautiful matrix of neurodivergencies doesn't give a shit about anything other than merit. And the one law that was written a long time ago, it's universal. Don't be an asshole, right? Don't take too much. If don't waste, transform, it's just, come on. Like, this is, the universe is a lot older than any of us, right? And we've been around for what, some say 300,000 years. Well, that's a blip, right? And who knows? So, but we're made from the same stardust, right? That's, again, science. Talk to them. And we are, and still do, in a very weird, inefficient way, we track and map the universal blueprint, how it was built, how it's designed. After it came up with the fucking atom. Like, that's pretty cool, man. It took us a while to figure if you realize an atom even existed. So we are just going at amazing speeds We just got to bring in we just got to bring in the too much, right, and make it fair, and we're going to be just fine, for sure, for sure. People are getting it. Just watch any news channel, real, fake, I don't care, whatever. There's a squeeze on greed, right, and that's it. I'm out because my cigarette went out and my hands are freezing, but yeah, if you like any of this, check out happyplace.ai. And happy is always spelt with an I, just like my previous co-company, Trendy, spelt with an I. That did some unbelievable things. So you can check it out in those two places. And for now, just be fair and take some time getting to know yourself. Less rocket ships to other rocks. Let's just focus on what we have right now and realize, it's going to be okay. We made we're a pain in the ass right now to the earth because of how we got here and what we've done to her. But that will be forgiven. That'll be forgiven. We just got to take back fair, and that's it. Live your 3.5-star life and just know yourself, and then you will be connected into amazing communities. If you're an artist in the form of building, or whatever your art is, that creative part, that special, unique design, all your neural complexities and your personalities and isms and stuff that you've lived through is of tremendous value somewhere. Guaranteed. Far more so than you taking a direction because you felt that you had to, that you were compelled by society or whatever. And even worse for those that only have two choices: shitty choices or shittier choices, right? Not to be considered a choice at all. That includes addiction and all of this, right? So we can draw that line there. I do anyways, and I'm willing to back it up because I've lived at virtually both ends all the way through the gap of disparity. And yeah, man, 3.5-star living, sometimes you jump up to 4, maybe you treat yourself to a 5, but nothing past that, and not consistently sitting on 5s. I think you can, I think we'll talk more, we'll be less siloed, we won't build houses that are, away from everything and anyone, unless that's really how you want to live. But it shouldn't be a mansion, should it? I mean, it can just be a really cool place, So yeah, I think that's what's coming. I think we're at the end of an era that I call the error era, because it's when ownership and it's unfortunately around the same time we started farming, right, building those communities that chilled a bit more, and they were happy, but someone figured out that one day there wasn't if they held back a little bit of corn, that next year they can give or get more fish for less corn. And that's kind of where that greed would slip in. And you know how that's going to happen. But news traveled pretty slow, community back then, but now it doesn't. So it's far more exposed. Greed is far more exposed, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know. That's my half smoke conversation with myself and my 6 viewers. Be fair.